Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and I'm bringing you a modern classic and a lovely example of a BMW Z3 from 2000, let me see, it's 1998 actually, S registration, and being a 2.8 version, you're going to notice a nice wide body, which when I get at the right angle, you'll see those flared rear arches that look really smart. Now the first thing you might notice is a very striking colour, and this colour's called Palmetto Green. It's a limited edition colour and it really does make this BMW stand out. Now it stands out because it's in such excellent condition anyway, but when you marry it with this colour scheme, I think it makes the car look really good. I'm going to get up close and show you all around the car. This has been a trade-in for one of our older classic cars, and it's immediately something which you would expect to be buying from a classic car dealer anyway, because this BMW has very much suddenly become of age and they're getting quite difficult to find at a sensible price, and certainly in this condition. And the good news for us is that being a trade-in car, we're looking to recoup what we actually allow for these cars when we trade them in. Except with us, we will always make sure the car has had a thorough PDI, which is a pre-delivery inspection. I can tell you that this one's done 118,000 miles. The last MOT didn't have any advisories. I've noticed that there's a nearly new set, or very few miles done on the tyres. There's a set of Uniroyal rain tyres, which are excellent for this particular car, because I can assure you this is quick, and I've just had a lovely drive in it. Big smile, because it's a lightweight car, glorious straight six 2.8 six-cylinder engine, BMW with a 5-speed gearbox, about 189, 190 brake horsepower I think you find these are. Obviously rear-wheel drive, and it goes really well. Excellent set of tyres, handles beautifully. The car's clearly been very well maintained. There is some paperwork with the car. The roof is in good condition, and I'm going to show you the bodywork by going around closely, and you'll see the rest of the car is in really good condition as well. Now they called these, BMW refer to their cars as, E36s and E39s, all this sort of thing. They call this one the E36/7, and it's actually based on the E36 BMW platform, which is a very successful and well-loved BMW. It's a great underpinnings. I think I mentioned the rear-wheel drive power to the back wheels. It drives just like a sports car should, and this is a proper Generation 1, the early example of the Z3. I think people preferred the look of the Z3. The Z4 came out, which is also a very good little BMW, but I think it lost a lot of the elegance, panache and the nimble handling of the original car. And people who know their classic BMWs know that BMW have taken this design cue from a very early BMW sports car that they created. And this really does look stunning. It was a lady who had owned the car long term. On the logbook it shows 3 previous owners to the person that we got it from, who's owned the car for 6 years. So it hasn't had too many owners, and I believe the car has been looked after very well. Certainly the previous owner had always kept it garaged and used it for sunshine weather. Now I've shown you the outside. Now this car has literally just been driven to us from Kent, so you are seeing the car as is. Now this is leather interior. Now despite the fact that you are literally, because it's one of our trading cars, you are seeing the car as is. It hasn't been hoovered out. The seats could certainly do with a clean and the usual valeting we do before a car goes, but if you can see past that, you'll see that the car actually is in excellent condition. It's really neat and tidy. It comes with all its tools. There's a modern stereo there with the CD player, which is quite nice. The car does automatic stability control, which frankly, the 2.8 190 brake horsepower to the rear wheels, lightweight BMW, you might find yourself needing if you're having a bit of fun. And the car just really is a complete hoot to drive. You're going to love the way it goes. I'm going to press this button here, open up the boot so you can have a little look in there. And a decent sized boot, typical BMW with their toolkit, which is kept underneath. And that's where the spare battery goes, which is a quality battery. And that's all the tools under here. Now, obviously it's a convertible, so that roof folds back. It's a manual roof. Some of them did have a power option. It's a very quick roof to operate, I can assure you. Literally is boom and it's back and ready to go. Leather seats would have been an option on this car. It's got a great sounding stereo. I notice there's a few extra speakers here and there, so it looks like it's had an upgraded stereo from the factory. The wheels appear to be in good condition. Let's get close on this. And you can see it's got, if you look up close, you'll see it's a bit of curb in there. So they're not as new, but they are excellent in my opinion. I think you'd be getting very fussy if you decided to do it. Only area I've noticed, it's had a little touch up, which has been here. Can you see where they've just touched up a little scratch? It's a bit wet here, but it looks a lot worse than it is when I get it in there. But when you go away, you'll notice the car has just had that little touch up in that area. And I will show you the rest of the car up close and describe it to you. So the rear wing, excellent condition, as is the door, as is the wing and the bonnet. Very important panel this, because it's all as one. If I get close here, there's been a little scuff here and there's a little one just here, but other than that the front looks very good. Got a bit of a, no, not really, possibly a few minor stone chips on the bonnet, but nothing that's very noticeable at all. The paintwork looks excellent on the car, as does the front bumper. This wing and door from the bonnet all looks to be in excellent order, as is the spoiler at the bottom. This rear panel all in excellent order, as is the boot lid. That's strange because I think that one's faded a little more than the spoiler on it, but it could just be the way the lights work in here. An excellent paint on the back bumper as well, and if I get very, very close, there's a tiny little mark there. But then when I walk back a few feet and sweep around the car, you will see that she does present extremely well. And well, we've only had the car here a short time, and somebody who used to own one of these immediately came over and inquired about the car and said that they had a lot of fun when they had one of these back in the day. And we're finding that people are buying them again for that reason, and my advice is grab one of these while you can, because nice low ownerage, good engined models like this, I mean, you have a look at the price of what some of the 2.8s are fetching. This one does represent pretty good value for money, and I genuinely believe that these cars will rise in value. And I think if you keep it in good condition, there's no reason why this shouldn't prove to be a shrewd modern classic investment, which will no doubt rise in value over time. Well, 118,000 miles, 1998 BMW Z3, the coveted 2.8 version, 5-speed manual gearbox. Palmetto green is a rare limited edition colour that makes this car really stand out. It really does look fantastic in this colour. I appreciate it's all a personal preference. Some people might hate green cars. I personally think this one looks really striking and makes it stand out from the crowd. Excellent bodywork condition, a good roof, no terrible damage to the roof. It shows its age in a few areas if I show you, but it's certainly no holing. The back's is perfect. If I get up close here, when I get really close, you'll notice that, of course, with a car that's getting to the stage where it's getting to be 20 years old plus, then you can imagine that it may have a 22 years old, remarkable. It's done very well for 22 years of roof, let's put it that way. Well folks, that's Danny, Bradley James Classics, BMW Z3. Thank you for the walk around video with me. Take care.